Hey, what's going on, Geminis? Butch here. I am going to do your 1 week read. It is a general read, so it may not resonate with everyone. It is for your sun, moon, rising, and your Venus. For all you cross watchers, roles can be reversed. Always feel free to comment down below. And with all that being said, I am going to be using the Tarot of Dreams. Let's get it. Universe, what is going on for Geminis? What message do we have for Gemini's universe? All right, Geminis. First thing I'm seeing, Geminis, I feel like this energy around you. This is someone you already know, and I feel like you already have a connection with. I mean, we have the Three of Cups, so this is telling me that you know this person. And I feel like this is someone you already have a connection with. For some of you, this is someone you're already involved in. For others, this is someone that is just in close proximity to you. But it's almost, what I'm seeing here is like looking for that right person, but the right person's right there in front of you. And they've been there. I feel like with this person, this is someone that shows up. This is someone that shows up for you. They put in the work. Someone you feel safe with. That very protective emperor energy. This is someone I feel like you have a lot of trust in. This trust is something that's been established through honesty. I feel like this is someone that's very honest with you, and I feel like you in return, you're very honest with them. This connection that you share with this person runs deeper than either one of you really realize. And like I said, for some of you, this is someone that you may already be involved with and never really saw this coming. Never really saw what was right in front of you. But I feel like it's becoming a lot more clear lately. I feel like you've already started this foundation. Like I said, it's built on trust and honesty. This person shows up for you. This person is there for you. This person, they make you laugh. They know how to get on, they know how to get into your good side. They know how to bring happiness out of you. And like I said, there may be, with this person, I feel like there is times when it gets a little chaotic. But I feel like that comes with any relationship. I feel like there's times when things aren't going right. I do feel like there's a lot of fire in this person, so I feel like there's I feel like there's a little, I say a little, I feel like there's a lot of fire in this person, and I feel like this person is someone who, from time to time, is a little hot under the collar. And I feel like it causes some chaotic energy because I feel like sometimes you're that way too. But the best thing about that is that we always move on from it. No matter how much chaotic energy is between us, no matter how much there's moments when we just don't see eye to eye. We always keep coming back. And that's a huge thing. You know, like I said, I feel like they can handle your worst and you can handle their worst, and you always come back. You know, there's always this communication between the two of you. You know, you always gravitate back to each other. You know, we don't overthink it, which I feel like for Geminis is a huge thing. You know, with this person, I could just see it. It's like, you know, you could be pissed at each other, have a big argument, and then 10 minutes later, a day later, you're already, you know, you're already moving on from that. You know what I mean? You're already not even thinking about that. You know, not looking too deeply into those moments. Now, like I said, I feel like it's becoming more and more clear to you what exactly you want from this. You know, it kind of, how I see it is one of those things where they say, you know, when they say people grow on you, I just feel like you grew on each other. You know, and now you know what you want from each other. Or at least you know what you want from them. But trust me when I say this person is thinking about you and only you. This bond that you have with this person, it's a strong bond. It's a lifelong bond. You know, we may not have seen it when we first met each other. We may not have realized how deep this rabbit hole goes. But lately, I feel like that's exactly what we're seeing. You know, we have that lover's card. You know, this deep connection. You know, I feel like you guys are very in sync with each other. And there may be some questions about where we're at. You know, is this person, knowing Geminis the way I do, Geminis tend not to fall in love very quickly and sometimes surprise themselves when they do. And with that, it can be hard because it's almost like not knowing what you want for so long, and then one moment you know exactly what you want. It's right there in front of you. And that's what I see here. Excuse me. You know, we have the Sagittarius energy, the hangman. Seeing things in a different perspective. You know, like I said, this person shows up for you. This person is there for you. They make you feel safe. They make you laugh. I mean, they bring a lot to the table. And yeah, there's going to be moments when you can't stand each other, but that's two strong energies colliding. You know, it happens in some of the best relationships I've seen. We challenge each other. Oh, I got my cat out there. But at the end of the day, you fill each other's cups up. You know, at the end of the day, there's no one this person would rather end their day with than you. You know, like I said, I mean, I feel like you have this open communication where you can talk about anything, and sometimes it's not going to be the most... It's not going to be the easiest thing to talk about some things with each other, but you still find a way to talk about it. You know, and that's with great communication and honesty. Like I said, you know, very direct with each other. And I feel like so many people take that for granted, being able to be direct with each other, being able to be open with each other. You know, just saying it how it is instead of beating around the bush, because from what I know about Geminis, that's the last thing they want to do. Get to the point. And they get to the point. You know, with this person, they'll give you as much as you can take. They want to give you more. I don't feel like either one of you want to walk away from this. And like I said, you may not have seen it coming. But I feel like you just grew on each other. You know, we go back to how I used to say this all the time, and it's been a while since I said this, but, you know, we go back to the three loves. You know, we all have them three major loves in our life. The first one, that puppy love, you know, sometimes can be brief, but it's strong. And it's the introduction. Like, let's call it the introduction to love. Then there's the second one. The second one is the worst. I feel like you learn the most from it, but it's the worst in the fact that I feel like, that's where a lot of the bad lessons of things you don't want happen, but you learn a lot from it, so it's necessary. Then there's that third love. That third love just kind of creeps up on you. So most times you don't see it coming, but that's the one that lasts. And that's what I see with this connection with you and your person. Like I said, whatever dynamic you have going on right now, that it wasn't the intention. This isn't where it was going. You have a big future with this person. And like I said, I feel like that, we have a lot of emotional connection between each other. We have that depth. We can be deep with each other, but we can also be very light with each other. There's no set parameters with this person. Like I said, you never really know what you're going to get with this person. And sometimes it's more than you want. And sometimes, a lot of times, exactly what you need. Like I said, we have a lot of emotional connection. We have a mental connection, but we also have, I feel like the physical connection was what brought you together. To be honest with you, I feel like there was that physical what brought you together. So that's why it was hard to see where this really went. Sometimes we meet people and it can seem so random until it's not, until we get to a point where it all makes sense. And like I said, you're not the only one that's feeling this. This person, they're ready to invest in this. They're ready to move forward. They want to grab you and hold on. And even in those moments when you can't stand each other, you still want to be around each other. There's moments where this person may piss you off to the point where you're just like, I don't want to see you today, but give me a call tomorrow. So it's funny like that. It's having that connection where you can be brutally honest with each other, and it becomes to the point where that gains the trust. When someone's always honest with you, you know where they stand. You know when they're saying something to you, that's not just some bullshit. They're not just blowing smoke. It's some real shit. You know what I mean? And I feel like with this connection, neither one of you saw it coming, or at least never saw the extent of this. But what I see moving forward is continued happiness. I see this moving forward. I see this person, this very loyal energy standing beside you, through the thick and thin, through the good times and the bad. And no, I'm not going to propose. I'm just, you know what I mean, though? It's that real shit. And the real shit can get messy sometimes. There's too many people out there that think that, if this is real love, then we get along all the time and it'd be rainbows and butterflies. And maybe that works for some people. Maybe it does. I'm not going to say it doesn't, because I've never seen it. Even the strongest relationships I've ever seen, they have their issues. It's not about not having issues. It's about being with someone that works through them. Someone that cares enough to show up. Someone that when they do something wrong, they make it up to you. I wouldn't be worried when people are always trying to make things up to you. That's not a worrisome sign to me. What's worrisome is when they stop trying. As long as they're trying, they're there. As long as they're trying, they want it. It's when someone stops trying. That's when we get worried. And I don't see this person stop trying. They're there. And no matter how bad some days may get, they're always back for tomorrow. So like I said, for some of you, this may be someone that you're already in a relationship with that's about to make a big jump forward. For others, this could be just someone that, you have a close relationship with as a friendship, or, this could be even your best friend. But it wasn't destined for that. It was destined for so much more. We all wish we could see the big picture. Sometimes you just got to put in the time, and eventually the big picture becomes clear. And I feel like the big picture for the two of you is coming very clear. You have something with this person that not many people get. You have trust. You have honesty. You have that one person that cares about you and shows up for you. And they'll do whatever it takes to protect you. And like I said, this person, they know you better than most. And that's why I feel like you already have this strong connection with this person, because they do know you. And what they don't understand, they accept. And let me repeat that. What they don't understand, they accept. And that's a huge thing in life, is finding someone that may not always understand everything about us, but they accept it's a part of us. There's so many people out there that they get with someone and they try to change them, or they try to mold them into something that they're not. Real love is getting with someone that the last thing you'd want to do is change them. And this person doesn't want to change you. The only thing this person wants to change is their relationship with you. Like I said, we got a lot of fire. We have Leo, and we have Sagittarius. A little bit of Aries as well. We got that Emperor, and we got that Two of Wands. We have Air, Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. We have Cancer. We have some Taurus as well, and some Pisces. We all think that we're going to know. We all have this, not all of us, I hate, okay, let's just, that's me rewinding that. A lot of people have this idea that you just click, and that when you meet the person, you'll know it's that person. You'll know it's your forever person. Now, half of that I agree with. I agree you just click with some people. But I feel like we don't always know how deep that rabbit hole goes. We don't all have this knowledge. Sometimes you click with someone and everything's going great, and then one day it just falls apart. Sometimes you click with someone and it doesn't really make a whole lot of sense. But as we move forward, things start falling into place, things start making sense. I told this one story before, but I'll tell it again because it's been a while, I think. My uncle and my uncle and his wife, now, when they first met, he said she was the most attractive woman he ever met. And he said in the beginning it was just them hooking up, like him coming over after work. They never went out anywhere. They just hooked up. It was purely sexual. Purely sexual. That's all it was that he felt. He felt connected to her. He felt drawn to her. But as time went on, the sex started turning into, he started staying overnight. She stayed overnight at his house. Then it turned into, they started, going places together. And he said it was weird because they were together for, this went on for about 2 years. He probably doesn't want me telling you this, but initially, I'm from a very small town. So when anybody is out with anybody else, it gets around. And she was with this guy that wasn't friends with my uncle, but they knew each other. And he really didn't want any trouble with the guy. So it was kind of like a low-key hookup for a while. And then he said, they were together, like I said, for a little while. And then one day he just realized that he didn't want anybody else. And what started as late night hookups started as, overnights. He said they used to go, there's a town about an hour from my little small town. They used to go to dinner and stuff there so nobody would see them. And then it just happened one day. They just said, you know what? Who cares? Who cares who sees us? And they started dating openly. And 20 years later, they're still married. 3 kids. Great life. And it's funny because what's relevant to this read is, like, they fight in a weird way. They fight in like a joking way. They're always joking with each other. They're always picking at each other, but they like that. And for some people that works. Some people don't understand it. But I mean, they've been together 20 years. Maybe a little bit more than 20 years. And it works for them. That's why I always despise when people, look at other people's love life and say, I want that or I don't want that. Like, everybody's different. What works for you may not work for someone else. What makes you happy may not make someone else happy. That's what the beautiful thing of life is. And like I said, I mean, not all relationships start on the first date. Their relationship started, again, he probably doesn't want me telling you this, but they were at a party and he was leaving and she wanted to drive home. So he offered to drive home. And he said, they started making out in the truck when he pulled up to her driveway, and one thing led to another. But even like he said, he didn't see it. He said he never thought of her that way. He never thought of her the way, like, he never looked at her as like, maybe I should ask her out. He said he was always attracted to her physically, but he didn't really know her either. So that's another thing too. I mean, from a glance, you can only know so much about someone, but he said the more he spent time with her, the more he didn't want to spend time without her. It's easy as that sometimes. Anyway, that's my story. Be good. Take care. Stay safe.